Hello, everybody. Don't worry, I'm going to turn my camera on. I'm just going to have a very short introduction before I allow people to hop on the panel. Primarily because this is just going to be a very short impromptu, and then you can just come on if you want to just say anything to me or ask me anything. Just please put your questions into the live chat. I know two people only watching currently, so I can let people trickle in gradually, but I'll just start off with saying that, yeah, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio right now. Now, see, I turned my camera on for this. So, hey, everybody. So, yeah, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I moved here for a new job. And, I don't love Cleveland, but I don't dislike it at all. I think it's a city that has a lot to offer. Interestingly, even though the population is declining, there are actually incremental growths in a few census tract areas in the city, notably the near west side, downtown, and University Circle, where Case Western University is located at. So I'm just getting acclimated into into the community, and I'm actually decorating, even though my uh, bedroom's not decorated at much. My living room and kitchen are actually pretty decorated. So, like I said, I only been there for a week, and I had to start working the very next day. So everything is gradual. And yeah, thank you, PPM. Yeah, it's an interesting job. So it's a public history job. And I'm helping a nonprofit organization place 10 historical markers around the city of Cleveland to commemorate the civil rights movement from the 1960s to the 1970s. And I mean, also, I do oral histories, community engagement programs. Recently, I actually had a discussion with representatives from the Cleveland Browns about historical markers, since notable Brown players like Jim Brown and John Wooten were active in the Cleveland community and even formed their own political organization, the Negro Industrial and Economic Union, which promoted racial liberation through capitalism. So we pretty much are talking about the intersection of professional sports and civil rights. So, but yeah, that's clear. It's a fun job. I like it, but that's Cleveland for now. Um, hmm. So as of this video, I really just want to talk about why I started this channel, why I'm leaving. I see somebody already has a question. See, John, did Solo TV 84 honor the bet of 1,000 he lost? No, I know he wasn't going to give it to me, but I was at least hoping for an email or some kind of acknowledgement. He sent one like before, but he hasn't said anything after December 31st. But trust me, I was not counting on it. Not at all. But as I said, the reason why I started this channel, as I explained numerous times, originally I entered the space through as a writer, just talking about the community because it kind of intrigued me. When I started, I became a little bit more critical as I watched the content more. But of course, those articles eventually evolved into a blog. And to promote the blog, I created a YouTube channel, but YouTube takes up a lot of time. So I just started focusing on the YouTube stuff. I thought it was better to put myself in the algorithm. And I enjoyed making videos. That was an easy money bet. Yeah, true. um, and I said the whole point of the YouTube channel was a way to put an alternative voice out there for young men and women listening to the content. Because I think sometimes when you hear too much negativity, it clouds your worldview. I think it's important to step into reality and realize that a lot of stuff you hear on here just doesn't align with reality. I'm not saying everything people say is wrong, but some things they see are quite loony. But as the reason as to why I am leaving, it's actually pretty simple. I'm just busy. The job's a full-time job, and I'm finishing my dissertation this year in April. And once I finish dissertation, I'm actually going to start working on getting a book contract. So I'm going to start working on a book proposal and hopefully get it accepted within this year at a university press, because I do want to turn my dissertation into a book. I do want to write at least 2 to 3 books, to be totally honest with you. So that's really the reason. I'm just more interested in doing other things. I'm just kind of ready to focus more on my career from here on out. So I appreciate everybody who's in here, even the trolls like QB Willie. And as I said, I'm going to allow people to hop on and kind of ask me anything. I'm going to try to just do 1 or 2 at a time. I don't want this to turn into a cluster puck because I know how YouTube panels get when there's just too many people on a panel at one single time. And I get bored. If I look at too many avatars, I literally get bored pretty fast. And there's one person in the backstage, so I'll let her up and I'll let anybody else up as long as I know who you are. I mean, I know there's a lot of trolls on this platform. So Yeah, and the first guest is Carolina Hermes. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you, and you?
Okay, I'm doing good. Like I said, I've just been here
Very
for a
good.
week and getting acclimated.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
Hmm.
I didn't know that you're there. That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Congratulations on that. Too
Hmm.
bad you won't be having time because your opinion about all these, your work here, I think it was very important. Uh, you everything that you brought here to YouTube is very important. I hope we can see everything there still. And I wish you a lot of success, much more success. And I will always invite you to my live stream. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, even though I'm
you
not
join
gonna, I
if you
might just
can.
peek in time to time, but not a whole lot. No, the channel's
That's
definitely gonna
great.
stay up though. I originally planned to keep it as in archive, so yeah, I didn't want to just
Awesome.
like do all make all this content and just take it off the web. It's kind of a little ass backwards in
Yeah,
my opinion.
no. That's awesome. And I would like to ask you one thing. When you started your channel, did you think this would be like this? That you'd have so many people, that you'd know so many people, that you trigger so many people as
Oh.
we have here?
Well, I already knew about the trigger part because people got triggered when I published some articles. So I already knew that was going to happen. I didn't know how big a channel was going to get, so I'm kind of. It could have been bigger. I think if I would have debated some people like Anthony Dream Johnson who asked me to debate him, but I wasn't really all that interested. I think if I did that, the channel would have been much bigger. But I knew from the get go this was not something I want to do for the long term. I rather if I do YouTube, and I do have some intentions to do so, I would rather just talk about topics I'm interested in, like this book I'm currently reading, America on Fire by Elizabeth Hinton. So it's about urban rebellions in the 1960s and 1970s in Black and somewhat in Puerto Rican and Mexican American communities, although she doesn't say a whole lot about the Puerto Rican and Mexican American riots or urban rebellions, whatever you want to call them. So I'd rather talk about stuff like this history that people just don't really think about as much, because whenever I'm talking to people in public about history, I'm always like perplexed on how little people know.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Well, that was my question, Aaron. I wish you the best. My best wishes to you. Much success.
Hmm.
And it's great to talk to you. And a happy new year. I didn't have the chance, I think, to wish you a happy new year either.
Okay, yes, happy New Year's to you as well. I see some
Thank you.
trolling you
Yes,
around.
look at those guys. Thank you, Aaron. Bye bye and much
Hmm.
success.
All right, no problem. So yeah. Okay, appreciate it. And that comment just cracks me up. Get all my history from Hidden Colors, because I remember I watched that once when I was in grad school and I was really critical of it, and two people got like pissed at me for critiquing that documentary. I mean, it's not. I mean, not 100% everything they said wasn't wrong, but there's a lot of just inaccuracies and little phony histories in that. So, like I said, this is an open panel, so anybody is welcome to hop on at any moment. Because I don't think, even though I'm not really good at talking off the cuff, I kind of admire people who can do that. I think I kind of suck at that because it's really hard for me just to think of topics. I'm good at giving speeches if I'm prepared and have my notes in front of me, but just talking off the cuff, I've just never been that great at. And let's see, we got one question here. Why don't you have any hot young girls on your panels? Okay, I don't really know where you're going with that. I don't really. I just the first panel I ever done. I usually just do one-on-one interviews. So that's just a little. That's a weird question. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Trying to think what else I could talk about before, in case like say anybody hops on, because I said I'm just not really great at it. I can talk about what I learned in here. So I will say, coming on this platform, I did learn a lot just doing more research onto the talking points people were talking or people were stating. In fact, the last video I was going to do was a video about what I like and dislike about Black YouTube, about the Black YouTube gender war. And in the video, I was going to talk about how the fact that I do think a lot of it has gotten more toxic on both sides, on the men and women's side, because I didn't really know a whole lot about divestors, but I see them talking about more. And they definitely have either they always been extreme or they just gotten more extreme. I'm not 100% sure on that. And I still have another question. What did Anthony Johnson want to debate about? Oh, it was the video on my video where I was arguing about the red pill was not a beneficial or productive space for men. And he was defending the manosphere as a young and, still growing organization teaching men about manhood. He didn't really have a clear debate topic. It was just mostly his disagreement into that with that video, which it was okay. Like I said, I don't know him personally. I don't have any personal gripes with people, but I can definitely disagree without attacking the person. And see other questions. Thoughts on YouTubers like FD Signifier or Intertextual Media? I don't know who those two individuals are. Would you be interested in creating content similar to them if you do know them? I don't know who they are, so I can't really expand on that question. Are you into older women or young hot? Oh boy, I'll just pass on that right now. So it's kind of a little awkward. Yeah. Are you in government? Oh, nonprofit. Yeah, it's a fellowship with a nonprofit. In fact, a lot of public history tend to be either government organizations or nonprofits. You don't really see a whole lot of private industries in public history. And do I know who this person on the back end? I've never seen your avatar, and I don't know who you are as a content creator. So just put some in the private chat because I literally have no idea who you are. So another question. What do you think will be the future of the manosphere? Oh, that's a good question. So I tend to think that it will still be here in some iteration. So I do see a day where people will just throw away the whole pill ideology and just talk about other still have the same messages, but no longer identifying themselves as red pill, blue pill, black pill, whatever you want to call it. Because a lot of their arguments aren't even all that original. Some of them are from old Reddit posts. Others are just really outdated notions of what masculinity and femininity means. So no, I think it'll still be here. It'll just be under a different name. And as in the past, content creators come and go. So you'll definitely see some content creators who will still be in the space 10 plus years, which okay. And then others, I think, will just gradually dissipate and do something else, which happens all the time in life. And I still don't know who you are. You haven't. Oh, let's see. Private chat. Oh yeah, by no means I am part of the manosphere. Okay, well, okay. Then I'll just let you on real quick, and you can say whatever you need to say. Let me go to another question first before you say anything. So what do you think you learned is a major difference between the white manosphere and the black manosphere? Oh, that's a really good question. The only difference is, I will say, just the black manosphere uses a lot of the same talking points. It's just geared to a black audience. That's really the only difference I noticed when I listen to both spaces. There's very little difference into their ideologies and beliefs. I just really haven't seen much difference. Just only different is the black manosphere is much more racialized in its dialogue. And yes, do you have anything to say? The person who just joined the panel?
Yes. First of all, I have checked out your channel off and on. So yeah, I'm glad that you have your perspective, because I have a similar perspective that's not manosphere influenced, if you will. My main thing is that and I hear what you're saying about the pill logics. At my channel, I just mainly offer a better perspective, but not to really say it's necessary, as you put it, I guess, from the way that you word it. But it's a lot of guys have fell off from what it was supposed to mean. Now it's something else. Now it's game. I hear all this game talk now. I've never been about that. And I think now it's just kind of selling the next generation of young men something more counterfeit about the truth and masculinity. And I think that's kind of what's been going downhill with the manosphere lately.
I can definitely see that. How long have you been following the space?
I started making. I've been on YouTube overall since 2011, but I didn't start making content until 2019. I just started to notice a lot of the manosphere around 2018, but I was like, I'm not gelling with most of the topics, but I do have a unique perspective that I would hope one can relate to. Usually people subscribe to my channel, then they unsubscribe because they be like, oh, he doesn't sound like the manosphere.
Yeah, usually I always figure say, the quickest way to grow a channel is just to regurgitate a lot of the red pill talking points. And you'll cap at a certain point, but a lot of people do that. They just say, and some people gain traction, other people don't, and they just kind of give up and do something else. But yeah, I can definitely see that people gravitate to you, but they realize you don't sound the same and just like going somewhere else. That does kind of suck.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think sometimes you just got to find your own niche on YouTube. Like I said, if I do something else, it's going to be strictly about history and education. Like, I don't have anything to do with this space.
Yeah, I've sort of been thinking similar, kind of like you were talking about a book earlier. I'm into a lot of books myself, so I've thought about reviewing books maybe in the future, just things that I felt have gotten me to where I'm at as an individual versus someone's YouTube video. Just whatever my life was before YouTube, there was just that had more influence for me than anything I ever got from a lot of the spaces, especially the Black side of the space, if you will.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, so I'll definitely let I was about to say little big. Oh, good gracious! I'll definitely let Big J Triple X. I'm actually going to put you down because I do want anybody else want to come on. I do want to bring them on to the platform. But I appreciate your comment, though.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right, no problem. And hello, Big J Triple X.
What's going on? I just want to know what is the reason of your farewell?
So originally I was going to just do a short video, but I just been so exhausted that I thought a live stream was easier. And also I didn't want to be one of those channels that abruptly leave and you just don't know about the whereabouts. Like, I don't know if you know, it's one big channel, Gray A, Under A. Like, he would have these long, like 7-month hiatus, and you're just like, what happened to him? So I kind of wanted to give people, like, keep them updated.
Okay. So what do you think? Let me say shout out to Carolina. Shout out to the beautiful Carolina who's in the chat room. What do you think was going to happen to this space?
In the long run, or like currently?
In the long run.
Oh boy, so I think it's either it's gonna just remain stagnant, or it can definitely grow bigger, but it's only gonna be like probably people like Kevin Samuels who even like reach a larger audience.
So let me say it like this. Here's my perspective on this. I see a lot of destruction in its wake. They don't see what's about to happen. They don't see what's about to happen to them. Let it happen to them. Don't warn them, because they don't know who's watching them. Now I don't know if you know you up there in academia, and there's 2-3 groups of people who's watching the Manosphere, whether it's black or white. They're being watched, and I'm and their destruction is about nigh. So I'm not gonna worry. I ain't worried about it. So I wish you well, Aaron, in your whatever you're going to do. So I just have to ask. So what is your perspective? So what is your plans for the future? I don't know if this might be redundant, but because I just got here. So what is your plans are?
So my current plans is, like, short term is definitely performing this job pretty excellently with high excellence in networking. So I can definitely go somewhere else in my career, finishing the dissertation, and by end of this year having a book contract. I'm definitely going to work on a book proposal for a dissertation, because I've done I literally done so much research. I can write like 3 books. I know somebody wants to know like my research. I could say that shortly.
But do you think that your book might venture off into a political realm?
Political? No, it's more like local / national history. It has nothing to do with this. I mean, it's definitely rooted in politics. And whenever you talk about student activism, that's always the case.
Okay. Anyway, well, it's sad to see you go, though, Aaron.
I've been. I
When
came
you
across this
came
in
in here,
2018.
yeah, when you came in here, man, you brought the fear of God on these. You got 50-year-old men who wearing duct tape for chairs, shaking in his boots. You got people who are in their 60s and 50s, shaking, want to know who's Air Fontaine. Remember Air Fontaine? They're trying to figure who, you already exposed how uneducated they are. They can't even say the word fountain. They keep saying the word Fontaine. So I'm gonna miss your videos though, Aaron.
I'm gonna miss making them. I had a lot of fun making them. I could tell in the beginning I definitely was much more creative towards than the end, where I was much more creative when it was a video I was like really passionate about versus one I was just trying to get out at a certain time. So, but yeah, I've definitely missed making them. They were really fun to make. Gave me a new skill too. It helped me with the current job I have.
Well, I'm gonna say this to you. Or should I add? Let me ask you this question. What would be the alternative, a more positive alternative to the Manosphere? Whether it's white or black. I'm talking about, when I talk about the Manosphere, I'm talking about the entire damn thing. I ain't talking about the black or the white, but I'm talking about the entire thing. What do you think would be a better alternative?
That's a good question. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm about to say might sound very like cliche, but I think it's best if people just like form, friendships and bondships in their actual lives and not on like a digital community where you just don't know the people. And frankly, if you don't know the people, you never met them, it's almost like they don't really care that much about you. Or you're following people who, they don't really see you as an individual. They probably see you more as like a commodity. So I definitely think more, definitely more, social groups. That's just my like cliche proposal.
Okay.
Okay, but I do want to let you down so I can answer a few questions and let D. Darrell come on.
All right, go ahead.
I appreciate it though. All right, I'll lead I'll unmute you soon. I just want to answer a few questions because somebody asked me a question about originally it was something about the Black YouTube gender war. What I think about it, I think it's still going to continue. By the way, it's just too profitable right now.
Of course.
And someone said, "Oh wait, okay. Well, I'll just answer this question real quick. Aaron, can you please share your history focus and why you chose this major?" So yeah, I do 20th century American history. My dissertation looks at 1960s and 70s high school student activism, and it's pretty much a cover of civil rights, anti-Vietnam War activism, student rights, as well as government surveillance on high school students. Since 2014, I filed over 600 Freedom of Information Act requests and found out that the FBI, in conjunction with the U.S. military and local police departments, spied on at least 131 high school groups, student underground newspaper, and student-led organizations. So that's pretty much what my dissertation looks at. And I have a book chapter coming out on the anti-Vietnam War movement and high school student participation in it nationwide, as well as written articles on the topic focusing on New York State as well as Indianapolis, Indiana. So I focus on the San Francisco Bay Area. I haven't been there in a while, but that's what my research focus on, mostly San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, and Palo Alto, as well as a few surrounding communities in the area. So yeah, that's briefly on why I chose this major. I got interested on my own in high school when I started getting more interested in politics, and it kind of helped me understand contemporary society. Because I don't think I told people this, but I went to 8 different high schools in 3 different states: Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Florida. And because I had to repeat the 9th grade, I missed so many days moving around that I had to kind of self-educate myself in a lot of areas, and that's kind of how I got interested in history. So that's a really brief, and I could talk a lot about this stuff, but that's a brief explanation of why I got interested with my research. And I do see, I'll let you up, but I'm going to mute you so D. Darrell can talk real quick. So I'm going to let you talk, but I'll let D. Darrell speak first. So hey, how you doing, D. Darrell?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm just getting acclimated and trying to, decorate where I live more because I hate looking at
I first want to congratulate you on your new job. I want to congratulate you on representing Black excellence. I think that you carried yourself in a very upstanding, high, as far as at a high level that is exemplary of any man at your age that's accomplishing the things that you're doing. And I would like to see more brothers, you know, younger brothers like yourself and so forth, because you're under 30, right?
No, I'm 30. I turned 30 in May. I'll be
Oh, you just
31
turned
this
30.
May.
Okay, well, you're still young. And I like to see younger brothers that are doing things, and you're in vehicle. You're basically operating in vehicles and in areas that are not typically where a lot of black men are operating in. And what I do like is that in seeing you operate in this particular space, you didn't change who you were. You pretty much were consistent with your content, the manner in which you operated in, the you know how you carried yourself. You didn't overexpose yourself as far as on certain panels and different. You basically operated very carefully and so forth and things like that. I watched you a lot. You know, watching. I was definitely subscribed to both your channels. You already know I was wanting to buy both of them. If you we discussed one, but I am I definitely like the way you conducted yourself, and I think that to me speaks more than anything to the younger men in the space, and they're seeing a guy who basically at the time when you came in here you were under 30, and you operate in a manner that I think should be an example to a lot of younger black men that are venturing into the professional realm, particularly in academia, and so forth. And so I wish you the best of luck. I know that you did talk about the fact that, you know, hey, I was going to wind this down sooner or later, and I do know that you were expecting to kind of venture outside of this and kind of move forward, and I can understand this and so on, because it can get a little overwhelming editing and doing the content and interviewing and all those different things like that. But the main thing that to me in my position is that uh, there's a lot of brothers who have education and those who specialize in certain areas, like yourself, like me and yourself, and others who opinions, just because you're not being liked or because you're not being consistent with what other people are saying that are not substantiated by any true fact, you're disliked and they disvalue your training because of that. And to me, that's a bit disheartening that a person like myself who tries to tell these people that in certain respect that you don't know how to assess research, you don't, and you don't know the fundamentals, you don't know the terminology, you're looking at raw numbers and you're making absolute assumptions about things that you don't know how those numbers were computed. You don't know, you're just looking at 78% and think 78% means, and it doesn't necessarily mean that. And I've been in this space for 5 years now and so forth, and it's become exhausting. It really has become exhausting because the thing about it, when I first came here, I thought I thought it was pure entertainment. I still think it's pure entertainment. But it went wrong when they actually were telling me they really believe and practice this red pill ideology. And when I recognized that, that's when all the hate came towards me, when I, you know, challenged them on things. I just thought it was just plain entertainment. Guys that's up here just blowing steam off. But when I was figuring out people were really believing this stuff, they were really attempting to apply this. And then you saw younger brothers who were watching this since they were 10, 12, 13 years old. They came out. I'm like, guys, come on, man. Like, you know, so, but I'm not going to keep you too long. I just wanted to just congratulate you, number one, on the fact that you got a new opportunity, and there's definitely going to be many to come. And I think that, you know, and I tell people this all the time, and this is with the women and men, that the manosphere does not represent society. It does not. Red pill ideology is not practiced it's a difference between you having chauvinistic traits or misogynistic traits as opposed to you practicing and really being fanatical with red pill ideology, which in turn, when you look at research and other clinical assessments that can identify um, signs of mental illness and other different symptomology and pathology that can be associated with those who engage in that type of behavior, particularly online. And as I have observed, and I'm seeing more and more research that people are coming out with they're observing this. I actually did a prediction back in 2019 where I told them in a couple of years you're going to see more people that are going to display research and complete research on this in this sector. They're going to not just the black side but the white, and they're going to come out and there are going to be some changes that are going to be done. There's going to be possibly even legislation against people who engage and follow this type of mindset. So I'm gonna tell you, brother, continue to do what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You represent yourself well. You're definitely gonna, the university that you're at, you're gonna do great things there. You got your whole career. You're young, man, 30 years old, and
I
you're a
feel
young
old,
man.
to be honest.
And so forth. I think you're going to, were you at Indiana or that's where you're at?
Indiana University, Bloomington,
Yeah,
Indiana.
I actually got accepted into Indiana. I had a choice between Penn State, Indiana, and Ohio State. I'm going to tell my age. This was back in 2002. And I opted out to get a PhD because I didn't want to, I felt that getting a doctoral degree in psychology based on the economics at the time in mental health, I didn't think that the range in what I could earn was large enough for me to spend another $50,000-$60,000 on for the next 5. And then I had 2 younger, so I opted out to just to stay at the master's level and become an entrepreneur in mental health, as opposed to getting the another, spend another 5 years plus another extra year in a internship to do your residency. And so I just felt that then you have to also pass that test too to license yourself. So I had made a decision at 24 because I would have gotten my doctoral degree at 29 if I would have been consistent with it. I made a decision not to move forward. Sometimes I regret, I think about it, but at the time I felt that was the right thing to do. And I definitely commend any Black person that is about achieving excellence, educational wise, professional wise, entrepreneurial wise, and things like that. And in this space, it doesn't have a lot of that. There's a lot of pretenders, and people who show receipts are not always the ones who are held at a certain esteem that actually look down upon and they challenge, unfortunately. And so the minute I remember when they first read your article, the whole hoopla that came about when people were trying to figure out who was Aaron Fountain, and everything went from there. And then once you did your channel, it kind of blew up in a sense and so forth. And I appreciate the fact that you were a frequent visitor of my channel, and I did appreciate that. Yeah, because I had a lot of anti red pill sentiments, which will continue. So, but other than that, brother, I wish you the best. All right. I just wanted to let you know that, man. So you have a great day. Congratulations.
Okay, you too.
Peace.
All right. Hey. Oh wait, what the world? Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. Thought something happened. I muted. Okay. Well, I did see some questions. I didn't get a chance to answer everything. I know somebody asked me, was I in a fraternity? No. Okay. Hey, you could just come back on. I think something already happened. Was I in a fraternity? No, I never joined one. The one I was interested in joining got suspended for hazing. So my roommate, he joined that one. He's currently a dentist, actually, in South Carolina. So I mean, yeah, anybody can hit the link. I don't mind, especially if I know you. I know 4-Man Podcast can definitely come on again because I saw him been waiting for a while, but some kind of technical issues happened. I didn't really get the chance to see all the other questions. Oh, he's right back. All right, you're back. Hear you. Are you good?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Aaron?
I am
What's
doing.
happening?
I'm doing well. Just just busy working and doing other stuff.
I just
My way
want to say, when I stumbled upon the Manosphere, and I came across your channels, that is what inspired me to go ahead and put out some content because I felt like it was ridiculous. And so I want to say, your content, had it not been for your content, I would have never known about some of the crazy stuff, some of the crazy things that people were saying. So kind of sent me down a rabbit hole doing research. And I'll be honest, like every other day, I feel like I don't have time to be making these videos. Because for some reason, people think we're doing this for money. And when I say we, I mean, the people that actually question, the ideologies and the message. And so I would ask you, what advice would you give to any content creators who are considering, providing an alternative to what the big names are saying in this space?
So wait, repeat that question again. So what would I say to
What advice
people?
would you give to somebody who wants to make content that is going to go against what the Manosphere preaches?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. One is
Because
do your research.
I asked that because you and I know that when they come into the comments, they come hard. You got to have tough skin.
So the interesting thing about that, I'm still a freelance writer, but before I came into this space, that's what I was doing. So I was used to criticism from random people I didn't know on social media who hated my writings. So that didn't really faze me. I will say YouTube can be a little harsh because it kind of be like middle school where people just go at your appearance and whatnot. I'm like, oh man, that's what we did when we was like 7th and 8th grade. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I would say is definitely just, do as much research as you can and know the space. Cause I know it's like a lot of times people who criticize the space, they probably don't have a good grasp of what it is. Or sometimes they kind of go for like the juggler. They kind of just like, they take the homophobic route or the very childish route. I always try to approach it more. I mean, I can do that. It was fun making those like catch a flight videos. But at the same time, I always try to approach it from more like it, be myself and do it more intellectually. And also just like point out stuff that I find that's kind of funny. So just tell them like, do your due diligence and try to know the space pretty well. And, and be yourself, more importantly. Try to be principled. Don't be people who will literally, follow the ways and, change your opinion or personality just because you think it's like in style or more popular. Because one thing I always try to be principled in this space. Like I never said anything I didn't truly believe. And since I'm on a public platform, I didn't reveal anything too private. Which I get questions about that a lot, and I just kind of skip them. I'm like, no, this isn't like two guys talking to each other on like on a stoop. This is actually a public platform that anybody around the world can access.
Right. And then secondly, will you be available for interviews if anybody wanted to reach out and bring you on?
You can still email me, and I will check it because I do go to my it's a Yahoo email, and I do check Yahoo. Usually, I just do it to see the news, but I do see my inbox at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much time. I don't really do this live stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I will say that, in my eyes, you are a YouTube legend, and I mean that. I mean that you are a legend, in this space. Your name,
in the space, I'll say.
Hey, no. I'm gonna put it out there, man. I got to give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because you did the research and you came with logic, and you know what I mean, and you stood on what you stood for something. So I appreciate everything that you did, and I look forward to seeing you again in these YouTube streets.
All right, appreciate it too. I will have a great night.
All right, peace.
And this? Why does this keep?
There we
Oh,
go.
hello, Harrison Family Vlog. How are you?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing great.
Yeah, man. So, not really a question. Just I'm
Mhm.
glad that you're on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on here. I've been following your channel for a while, and
Mhm.
and I got to be honest, like you're one of the bravest people out here
Yeah.
to have a channel that's titled "Expose the Manosphere,"
Mhm.
because as you just said, men in that space come at people who disagree very
Mhm.
hard, very hard, to the point where they behave like middle schoolers. I think they behave more like my fourth grade students. So you were very nice. Like you at least you gave them a couple of years. I give these men like fourth grade max with the way they behave in the chats. But again, like I appreciate your content because men need to really think objectively about everything that they hear, and just because it tickles their ear, it doesn't mean that it's right. And I think what you're mentioning principle, right?
Mhm.
And I think sometimes we throw principles out the water so that we can feel good about ourselves, or not think, or we think too highly of ourselves than we ought. And I think your channel is a dope channel to have in the space. And I think that it would actually help the Manosphere if they wanted to elevate their platform to a place where they're helping men,
Mhm.
right? And they're principled while they're doing it. So I appreciate your channel, and I'm glad it's out here. I rock with you hard. Like I watch your videos, and like you're out there doing it. So and exposing the holes within is necessary.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate that.
it,
Yeah, it wasn't
it
easy. I
gives,
mean, I have my full name out here. I never, because I was a freelance
mm,
writer. I mean, I always
yeah,
thought, for one, it'd be pointless to hide it. And second, I just didn't really care because I'm like, I don't say anything like controversial or something I wouldn't even say like in public.
yeah.
So yeah, I kind of knew that there are risks to it. I did get one death threat from somebody in a suburb of Ann Arbor, Michigan. But other than that, it was, it was kind of fun for me to do this.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
A suburb of
Wow.
Ann Arbor,
Yeah, a
Michigan.
suburb.
It was
It
really
wasn't
easy
even
to
like,
track him down.
yeah, it was like Detroit. Because if it was Detroit, you're watching your back where you go. Ann Arbor, like,
Oh.
yeah, I hear you. But thank you for what you do, and keep it up.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Um, okay, I'll go a few questions. I'll stay here for a little bit in case anybody else want to come on. If not, then I'll just end the stream here. But I did see a few questions. So somebody asked me, did I mention whether or not I would consider running for public office, local school board, city or state or federal? No. I always been like the line thinking that I think if you run for public office, it should be because you sincerely care about the issues. I do get concerned by people who are like, want to run for public office like 10, 20 years from now, and they don't even know what the issues are going to be. But that's just my personal philosophy on it. And someone said, do you think the Black Manosphere will be banned from YouTube? No, because it's not like a space that you can just find out the clear blue. People have it's really just like a hodgepodge of different channels that constitutes a space. So I don't see how that's possible. And it's a $5 super chat from Big J Triple X. I can't put up here, but you will be missed. I hope there are others like you. Yeah, I mean, there are already people like me in this space as well. Somebody said, when are you coming back to this space? No, I'm not coming back. No, I'm done. I said everything I wanted to say. I did make a list of like videos I wanted to make. Like one video topic I really wanted to make was tricking and how people literally promote an illegal activity on social media. And regardless of what you think about it, it still is illegal. So that was one video topic I wanted to make. And we have somebody, G Dizzle. And hey, how are you? Oh, wait. You're muted. Okay, how are you doing?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
All right. Well, hate to see you leave, but I predict you'll be back just like every other YouTuber. That's what they all say, man.
Mhm.
All these YouTubers in this space have said once upon a time, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. I'm going to another platform. I got a job. I got a new baby mama. I got this. I got that. I predict you're going to come back, man, because, as much as this ratchetness can be disturbing, you do have to admit it is rather entertaining. So
Oh no, I agree.
I'm not 100% convinced that you're out of here. You might be taking a break, but you will be back.
No, it's been, I don't know, it's just been 3 years, and I just don't really like the idea of like broadcasting, my life on social media. Even though I'm not doing that, but I do feel like the years are like going by. And I know what you're talking about. People do that. They're like, "Yeah, I'm done with this space. I'm doing something else." And you still see them on panels. They still make content related to the space. No, I'm definitely not doing that. In fact, I actually unsubscribed from like all the channels I was following
Really?
on this channel. And I did that so I can like gradually forget most of them, which I have. Some I was subscribed to like several hundred. I'm like, I cannot remember all those.
You were subscribed to several hundred channels? Just
Yeah, some of them were
Manosphere?
like dormant though. They didn't like post anything in years.
Oh,
They just did
okay.
it more for a reference point.
Wow. So what do you think the impact that these messages that are coming out from the Manosphere, especially the Black Manosphere, like how do you think they're going to impact young people that are, kids in middle school, high school, who are just now discovering YouTube? Well, not discovering YouTube, but discovering this space in YouTube because they're getting slightly older and more mature. So how do you think this is going to impact them?
I think it'll impact several of them because one thing about the content, it's evergreen content. There will always be a segment of men out there who are going to have, struggling with dating as a part of growing up. So there always will be a segment of young men out there who will find this space and, stay here for about 1-2 years. Usually, I notice with a lot of young people, they tend their max is usually about like 2 years, and you don't see them anymore.
Well, I mean, do you think the messages, especially as it relates to the dynamics between dating amongst Black men and Black women, do you think that's really is it gonna have a negative impact on these young people, young girls and young boys, in terms of how they view relationships as they start getting older in their teenage years and going into their 20s? I mean, do you think it's gonna have like a severe negative impact, or will some of these youngins be able to just kind of just brush it off, chalk it up as entertainment, and get back to reality offline?
I think it's a mix of both, actually. Like, I think you're definitely going to have some of those people who are going to be like so far gone that are kind of helpless, because there are people like this who do exist on the space who are pretty marginal. And I do think other people would just be more of a phase. So, I mean, that does make it helpful. I hope that content like mine can help them get out of the rabbit hole. But no, I'm pretty sure there'll definitely be some people who will be like, affected pretty negatively about this and hold, very hostile views about marriage and, women's behavior and all this other stuff.
Yeah. I just think about that because that's one of the things I talk about, because I got a 15-year-old son. And I've often stated that, man, if I wasn't in the house with my son, married to my wife and all that, and he was just being, raised by his mother or something like that, and I wasn't around, and he had to discover manhood, and he found his way into the Black Manosphere, dude, I would be terrified. My son would just turn out to be a complete shithead. You know what I'm saying? Just just listen to the rhetoric coming out. I would honestly feel like a failure as a father, like, especially if my son took a lot of this advice to heart that some of these dudes are putting out into the ether that really doesn't translate well into reality. I mean, it makes for good content. It makes for good making some money, but practical application, dude, it's not really going to work too well for people who actually try to follow this philosophy to a T in real life.
No, I agree with you. I think about that when I'm out and about, because, I would say this space, I think sometimes it kind of, I totally understand the need to, combat stereotypes about Black men. But I think on the adverse, they kind of like, they kind of overstate how well Black men are doing. Like, one guy once said that, if you listen to this space long enough, you might think the average Black guy makes like $70,000 a year. And for real, it's like, wait. And when I'm out and about, and I live in Cleveland now, which is like the poorest city in the country, surpassed Detroit by less than 1% now. I do kind of think like, how will this content even like, affect somebody's life? Would it improve it? If I saw like a dude struggling on the street and like introduced him to this space, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I actually said something very similar not too long ago, where I was like, if I just pluck some random Black person off the streets, I live down here in Orlando. If I just pluck some random Black person off the streets and like, hey, go listen to some Black Manosphere stuff, like, I always think, what would they gain from any of this content to just change their life in the next, 30, 60 days, 6 months to a year? And I'm at the point, I'm just like, I don't really see I don't really see much benefit. Not saying that there aren't those who actually have something of substance to offer and benefit, but I just think it's heavily slanted towards the ratchetness, that the positive stuff that you could derive from it is just so overshadowed, man. It's not even really worth, at this point, is really not even worth mentioning. You know, people be like, well, there is some positivity that comes out the Manosphere, but it's like it's so small and minor. It's not, in my opinion, it's not even worth really mentioning that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, but overall, so I don't know if you answered this question already, but you know, just overall, so what do you predict 5-10 years from now? You think it's going to be the same old rhetoric? It's going to get even worse, or some of these Negroes going to come to their senses and actually give out real advice to these young Black men that they claim to want to help and instill, whether it's with relationships or professional accomplishments or whatever the case may be, and stop just putting all their energy into the woes of Black women or white people, but more specifically Black women. And then the same can be said with the women who want to cry about the dudes, but obviously, you know, at least from my perspective, it's a bigger market for dudes crying about women than women crying about men, even though they are kind of, you know, catching up like these days, I guess.
It's a good question. I'll be honest, I think it's going to be circular. I mean, even though I listened to this space for like 3 years, I remember when I first came to this space, the main topic was like the Pookie and Ray Rays, and it was like the passport bros, and then like 2 years later, I saw that same controversy come up. And I was like, wait, where are you guys talking about this 2 years ago? I remember that. That's what you guys are talking about when I first came across the space. So because subscribers come in cycles, I think, you know, honestly, I think people are going to talk about the same thing they're going to be talking about now, especially when I did the video on the history of the Black Manosphere. When I was listening to those videos from 2018 to 2012, same stuff. There were literally almost no difference in what people were saying. They just tended to they probably forgot about all that old content. But no, I think it's just going to be nothing more but like a regurgitation. Will it get worse? I don't know. I think it's getting worse now. I see how, like, you know, the Vesters and SYSBM are going at it. And some of that Vester, there are some like female content creators who I thought were pretty moderate who has actually gotten pretty extreme.
Yeah,
recently.
I saw that video you posted of that dude driving in that Audi. He was talking about the divestors and like celebrating that they're getting killed. I'm just like, man, we got some really disturbed people out here who are making videos on YouTube. And it's kind of to the point where I can't tell if this dude is just being sarcastic on some shock jock type of stuff, or this person is really like this. You know what I'm saying? It's at that point where you can't even tell with some of these people now. You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
So, but all right, man, I'm gonna let C Over come up here and do his thing. But it's nice chopping it up. I appreciate the video of you know, you posted me going at old buddy with the missing tooth. He's still in his feels about that. That dude is still in his feels, but I highly doubt he went to the dentist to get that missing tooth filled. But I'm just saying, you know, shout out to everybody representing Teeth Gang. You got all your teeth in your mouth. You're brushing and flossing, doing the damn thing in life. Keep it pushing. All right, bro, be easy, man.
All right, appreciate it, man. Oh boy, let me unmute Silva. I don't. Okay, just for the record, Classic Ruby W and Eric Bird. I do not recognize your avatars. You can just tell me who you are in the private chat because I don't want to.
I know. Classic Ruby is.
Oh, okay. So that's somebody. W.
Yeah. Classic Ruby is a content creator.
Oh, okay. So I'll let her on, but I'm muted for now. Keep you muted. And yeah, W said I am a subscriber. I do not recognize you, honestly. You can stay on though for now. I'll just wait a bit. And Eric Burst, I'm a subscriber, so yeah, you guys just wait on. Okay. So hey, how you doing, Silva?
Oh my God, Aaron Fountain, man, the Ganocracy is losing a soldier today, man. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that Ganocracy, man.
Man, one of their heaviest hit is calling it a rap. But hey, man, I want to ask you, are you going to continue to use some of the skills that you learned while you were making content creation in your future endeavors? Because it was pretty interesting to watch you learn how to use Premiere and I believe After Effects you used or something similar.
Yeah, a little bit of After Effects, but it crashed so much that I started getting
yeah. I'm just curious, are you going to use some of these skills going forward? Because once you learn how to edit and stuff like that, you know, people can't take that away from you.
Yes, I am. Actually, like I said, the job I have now, I even mentioned like my video editing skills, and that was actually kind of a bonus. So no, definitely, I'm
See?
definitely gonna. Yeah, see, it worked out in the long run. So no, I'm definitely still going to keep at it because it's really fun to make videos. Just
Hey, that's amazing, right? That's amazing.
Mhm.
And were you ever make any other dissertations in regards to the manosphere? Or are you completely done with talking about it?
So I'm not going to grad school again to do that. So I'll just say that. No, I'm done talking about it unless somebody wants to interview me like a journalist. Some of them do contact me when they're just interested in like want to write about the group. But one person, I think she might either abandoned the article or she just didn't get it published. But personally, I really don't want to like write about this anymore. I don't want to say never because you never know. What if I say
You
like,
never
yeah,
know. You never know. There may be a 4-figure cash app in your future.
not from solo TV? I'll say that.
No, I mean, that was such an easy bet. That's so unfortunate, right? That was easy money. That was a free tax return bet right there. But anyway, man, that's all I gotta say with you. Anything you got you need help with it, man, hit me on the DM or whatever. But I will catch you later, man. Enjoy your retirement. I will see you soon because you're gonna be back. You're gonna be
No,
back.
can't do it, man.
Okay, well, man, till next time.
All right, see ya. And W Eric Bird, I'll let you guys. Actually, I'll probably just let you guys on, but just keep me muted for now. Okay, hey, classic Ruby. I don't know why I just didn't
I'm
recognize
low-key
you.
insulted. I'm really actually insulted. You're like, I don't recognize you. I'm the Canadian psychology. Remember, you had the stream with the other Canadian psychologist,
Anna
dude, which
Loza?
was
Oh
really
no, you're
cool.
talking about Black Pill Medicine.
Black
They're
Pill,
both
yeah.
Canadian though. That's why I'm like, what?
Yeah, Canadian. I keep telling
Oh
you,
wait,
you
now
keep
I'm
saying
starting to
you're gonna
recognize
leave.
it might have been the Avatar, but I started that a name.
Yeah. Yeah, the avatar, I finally updated it to something that involves me with makeup and trying to look pretty instead of just being there. So it's a new avatar, but it's me. And I'm like, you don't know me. Like, my feelings are a little hurt. Like, this is your goodbye song. And you're like, yeah, I don't know this classic Ruby chick. Anyone know her? Like, what? I love your channel. I've been a big supporter for like 3 years. And
yeah, I
like,
feel embarrassed now.
Right? You should, and you should feel terrible. No, I'm kidding. But no. First thing, I got a second Siova, and some other people have been up here. You'll be back. But okay, I'll tell you why I don't think you're leaving. It's not for the reasons other people. Okay, I think the reason why I think you're leaving is for exactly what you said. It's incredibly circular and repetitive, and so if you're here, I was here a little bit longer, 5-6 years, right? And so you kind of watch them go through their different stages, and then it just starts repeating itself, and you're like, there's nothing new to say, there's nothing new to investigate, right? There's nowhere deeper. You can plug in different names and it's the same stuff. And if you're an intellectual and that's the way you're approaching it, you burn out really quickly, and there's no point. It's just pointless. You have other things to do with your life in your free time. So this is why I think you'll be back, because something is going to change. Listen, something is going to change. Now, it's going to come out of nowhere, right? And it's going to be a shift. And when that shift happens, you're not going to want to talk about it because you said you were done. You're like, oh, okay, I'll just do one little thing. And then that's going to bring you right back. So in my opinion, you're coming back. Also because how could I live through the Manosphere without your videos? Like, your videos have been epic, okay? Like, these videos pop up and everyone watches them. Like, you have way more technical subscribers than it shows, right? But all these people are afraid to actually subscribe to you because, like, they don't want it to show in their what I'm subscribed to list. But everyone watches you. And then everyone talks about you. I remember the controversy of who is Aaron Fountain really, right? And they started thinking you were all kinds of random people in the Manosphere for real. And then they thought maybe you were like a female feminist person with a voice changer. There was all kinds of craziness about you when you first started doing videos. Like, it was good times. Like, you brought a different element to this space that we've honestly never had. And like, I like PBM too, don't get me wrong, but there's something different about you. Like, and I think it is the intellectual slant to it. You're not just, you know, mocking people and roasting people, pointing out, you know, whatever hypocrisies. You're analyzing things, right? You're showing people something that, you know, they haven't noticed before. Like, oh, this person's all talk, or this is actually bullshit, and here's why. And oh, do you notice that all 17 of these people are saying the same things? Like, we need that in this space. We actually really need you. And I understand. Okay, no, I do. I understand. You're gonna go and have like a real life and, you know, your real job and your new house. And congratulations on all that. I'm very happy for you. Right. But eventually something is going to be missing in your life. I'm telling you, like you're sucked in forever. We're never letting you go. But no, you know what? Someone actually asked the question, and it sparked my curiosity, because it kind of goes towards my whole reason why I think that you'll always be back at some point. But okay, so you did your whole, like, the whole reason why you're here to begin with, right? Like, you were not familiar with the Manosphere at first, and you wanted to kind of do a dissertation dissection of what's really going on over there, right?
That's not how it started. I explained the story. I'll be very brief. So I came across the space inadvertently when incels became mainstream. And then that's when O'Shea Duke Jackson interviewed a black incel, and that's pretty much how I got into the black manosphere. And when I was watching it, I was kind of curious. I'm like, oh, you know, all these articles about the manosphere incels, why has anybody talk about, like, you know, the fact that there are also black men in the space as well? Because it's mostly white journalists writing about this, and that's pretty much what started me to, you know, write about the group. Not initially, because it wasn't until I started seeing it like be a little problematic. Because at first I had no opinion about it.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, really, yeah, I was watching a like kind of like a little docu-series that they did on the Manosphere in 2015, and yeah, they were really only talking about the white Manosphere. Like, you're kind of the first person to kind of do something about the black Manosphere. So my question is this, because I think that Kevin Samuels specifically, and him kind of going at least pseudo mainstream, and there's a completely different setup, and it's changed the wave of the way things go. If it continues down this road, right, where it's evolved to a larger level, and it starts touching other mainstream, we'll say channels and whatever, it becomes a bigger movement to the point where it is actively changing your life on a day-to-day basis. Do you think that would be enough to drive you back to analyzing again?
Oh, possibly. I think, I don't know, have I told the story before? When I was in taking a vacation, I was in Vancouver, British Columbia, and there's one black dude at a nightclub. There's not a lot of black people in Vancouver. God. Yeah, he started talking to me, and then he was like, "Oh, let me put you on some game." And he started talking about the sexual marketplace value and some other red pill terminologies. I'm just like, what the? Like, I'd never met somebody in person who would even talk to me about this stuff. So maybe if I saw that happening more often, it'll make me concerned. Because actually, the journalist who emailed me, the one reason why she did, because she's from Philadelphia, she went on a date, and the guy she was on a date with was talking about like hypergamy and other red pill terminology. She was like, "What?" So it kind of sparked her curiosity from there.
Right. Yeah. No, and that makes sense. I mean, I don't know almost anyone who knows about any of this. All of the terminology, even guys who technically they are divested guys or divested girls, they don't know that term or any of this nonsense. They're just living their lives, right? So that's why I was thinking, I'm like, well, if you really saw it impacting like the world, as like, you know, right now it's so limited that if you leave this space, like everything goes back to normal. Right? Like, there's just normal people out there. No one thinks like this. Everyone's pretty logical and rational and, you know, fair and balanced. Then you come back over here. So I was thinking, well, the way things are going, because you said things are getting worse. I mean, it could start really affecting society and what you're hearing men and women say and how they treat each other on a day-to-day basis. And in that case, I don't know, for me, the psychologist in me would find that fascinating, because then I could start analyzing people out on the streets. Right, not just like these.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm the historian. Historians wait like 30 to 50 years before writing about something. So, when I write about it, I'm always thinking like, what are some of the, like, the long-term not say effects, but some of the long-term like causes or issues that people are talking about. That's how I think when I approach it. Not so much from a social science perspective.
Okay, well, that's fair because you know what? Listen, lots has happened in history. All I got to do is hit the books, right? And find a new slant you didn't think of that was happening 30 years ago that is carried forward to today, right? And then we'll see you in 6 months. Is 6 months enough of a break for you?
I don't know. I'm just really busy right now.
Okay, 2023. You know what? Listen, it's a whole worldwide thing going on. I'll give you to 2025. So we'll see you in like approximately 3 years, give or take. But no, for real. Honestly, your content has been amazing. It's something that a lot of people need to live up to being able to do because of all the editing and thought. And, I really hope that you have inspired a lot of people, not just me, to kind of, up their game, at least with just thinking and analyzing what you're seeing and how you're presenting information. And I really appreciate you. And I still can't accept that you're leaving. I didn't accept when you said you were leaving months ago, and you're still here. That's all I'm saying. So
yeah, it was a little slower because everything started picking up towards the end of the year. I would have finished like December or something, but yeah, I think this is actually pretty appropriate time to do so now.
It's a good time, but then you can't even look because something, I'm telling you, something's going to trigger you. I'm really hoping. I'm going to start emailing you things. No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously, thank you so much for everything. And seriously, I do hope we see you back, at least like for the occasional thing, maybe not like every day, but just the occasional update, just don't leave us all hanging. We'll be so sad without you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
All right. Have a great
night. All righty.
Yeah. And good luck with everything.
Oh, I appreciate that. Same too. Thanks. Let me see. I'll go W, then I'll go to Eric. So, hello, W.
Yeah. Hello, hi. So I've been like a silent subscriber and all. So
okay.
I guess that's which is why you haven't really heard of me. But I just wanted to say just many thanks for what you have done and how you have inspired other content creators to highlight a lot of the destruction that has going on. And I think that's very brave of you to do that. And it can be very exhausting and very draining at times to try to provide solutions and try to, just really get your point across, only for things to just happen the same, like only for things to just be the same. And it can be very exhausting. And right now it's the new year, and in this new year, people are having plans. People are, I can't say for the whole, but people are being aware and they're being enlightened, and they want solutions for their life. It's like they've done their part, they've done what they have to do, so they need to move forward. And as we need to, especially for the men, they need to stop allowing themselves to be the product of their environment, and understand that. And it's not to be dismissive, but a lot of other people have gone through their trials and tribulations, but that doesn't mean that there is no solutions. But that's a choice that they have to make, and they can't continue to drown in dysfunction and allow themselves to be coddled and pampered and not seeing things for what it is. So they have to see things for the way it is, but also know that there is solutions, and there are people such as yourself and other content creators who have been inspired by your work to go forward. But it's really sad that they want to be stagnant and just regress instead of progress. And like right now for the new year, and I just want to apologize, but congratulate you on your new journey. And you say that now you're are you a full-time writer, or you're just writing like that's what you're doing now, correct?
Oh no, I'm doing it. So no, it's a full-time job. It's a public history job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I used to write on the, my spare time. That's when I do a lot of writing. I mean, I never stop writing, but I've definitely allocated more time to that hobby.
Okay, well, I'm actually looking to become a content writer, and right now I'm studying psychology. So
Hmm.
I'm looking to seek help on how to, um, like, try to write like quality content and everything, because that's just what I've been wanting to do. Yeah, so I kind of have the knack for it. I feel like I have some skills in it. It's just I, I just haven't found a way on how to like do it yet, or how to get clients and things of that nature. So
Hmm.
yeah, so if you can provide tips, I don't know if I should email you on that or
I think email will be easier for now.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So that's just all I wanted to say. Thank you so much. Thank you for your bravery and thank you for what you have influenced other creators to do. And yeah, definitely farewell. And if you ever come back, I'll definitely be notified on that. So thank you.
No problem, man. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
All right. I know Eric Bird. There's two other people in the backstage. I'll mute them. I even let Marquise on here, even though he's going to troll. And yeah. So hey, Eric, how you doing?
Good afternoon. Good evening, sir. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Wait, you're a New Yorker?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How
Now
you
both
know?
my parents are from New York, so whenever I hear somebody talk, I almost like recognize it.
Yeah, man. Peace to the chat. Hey, Bum. Peace to Jerome's right side. Let's troll THMC. Just want to say, man, wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on your new venture. Been rocking with you, man. I was an avid supporter of Manosphere, but it's cannibalizing himself. And I see you ain't got no milk with you. That's an inside joke. So, somebody,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
yeah, somebody's gonna be sad when you're going because you was giving them their little 15 minutes of fame. So, Brian Triple X, but anyway, um, just wish you the best, man. Just glad what you're doing. I enjoyed the content and yeah, I like your thesis. And then, not I like MOT, but you write about SYBM. I thought it was a self improvement, helping brothers, but it's just basically male swirlers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
So
what I thought too. I thought it was like more self improvement. I'm like, well, this is all about like interracial dating and just bashing black women in the process.
and I'm like, really? Yeah, and I'm like, and like the person mentioned earlier, like outside of New York, it's like it's not that serious. I'm gonna be frank with you. I'm a custodian. I'm a
Mhm.
custodian for the New York Public Library.
Mhm.
Women checking me out while I'm cleaning the sidewalk. So this hypergamy stuff is mostly black women. I kid you not. They see me with the uniform on, so it's like it's just like the sister said. It's just stagnant. You know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
tired. I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? It's markets out here. Like New York, women are attracted. It's just the market. You know what I'm saying? The dudes with the cars, the Pookie and Ray Rays, they're going out the window. They want the regular guys. It's just a facade. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
the Keishas and Shaniquas is dating the Pookie and Ray Rays. The civilized women, they want average guys. You know what I mean? I'm just being frank. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They want guys with pensions and benefits. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, so I just want to give you props. And yeah, this twerp by the name of Super Sly 75 says he did a hit piece about it's a woman from UK who's also doing psychology. She's saying that she's doing thesis on the manosphere. I'm like, yeah, too late. I mean, you did it first. So I mean, they imitate us anyway, so they duplicate us. But I'm gonna be quick and short though. But yo, wish you on your best of luck, man. I'm gonna miss your page. But hopefully, yeah, same thing. If I could get your email contact, just for just to touch base and kick notes. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to start school
Mhm.
myself. So, but wish you the best, Aaron.
All right.
Um, keep up the good work. Keep up the good fight.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Too. Good night, Bon.
All right. I'll just unmute. Let's see. Can we guess? Could you chosen? Let's see. Can I? Let's see. Who goes first? You can't unmute guys because you chose to mute them yourself. Oh, yeah, you guys can unmute yourself. Which ones? Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I know you're gonna troll, so we gotta say.
I'm not trolling, bro. I'm just coming from a real male's perspective.
Mhm.
Like, okay, for one, that it's not brave, all right. It's not brave to make a channel like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I lost 4 friends in Iraq, bro. That's bravery.
Mhm.
What I saw my
You
friends
ain't
do,
losing
they
any
go
weight
through their
though.
entire
You
life.
ain't losing no
Oh
weight.
yeah.
from a masculine standpoint, that's where bravery kind of starts at. So don't like fall back on like having women praise you, man. That's a real big faux pas for the form of masculinity, man. And it's like the only thing that I got upset about you about is that you just didn't kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you're trying to go from like a noble standpoint or whatever, or trying to go through life seeing it one clean way, but that's not the way life is. And I figured that out very early. Like, as much as we want people to have a good conscience or a good mind throughout most of their life, it's kind of just not the way it is. If you don't present yourself in a certain manner, regardless of how smart or intellectual you can be, like people just aren't going to respect you. When it comes to dealing with women, respect is 99% of it, bro. I mean, if you guys can laugh or look at that, you've seen my life, and you've seen who I've been with, and you've seen who was attracted to me throughout life. And that generally comes not just from being like confident, it just comes from being respected. If women are cheerleading you and telling you good job, boy, and this and that, they're never really going to respect you. They're going to see you as like a woman. And that's the only thing I was trying to get you to try to understand, man. Like, it's way better to be respected than to be liked. So, I mean, you can agree or disagree with it, but I mean, I've literally shown you guys like how women treat you when they respect you. Like, they literally cling to you. So, I mean, how many girlfriends or numbers have you got from this channel, man? Because I honestly believe that's why you did it, bro. I'm just gonna be honest.
You still believe that?
I mean, what benefit would it be to? Because if these guys are troubled or having issues in the Manosphere like that, like I mean, I wish them the best, but I'm not gonna try to shine on them to other women. Be like, oh, look at these guys. Look how Solo's screaming. Look how Solo's having problems. Like,
hey man,
I'm
those
not
are entertaining though. You gotta admit,
it's not entertaining to see somebody have issues, bro. It really. Like,
so you're saying Solo has issues
from a man's point. Like, if I see someone having problems, like I'm not really the thing. Like I said, the thing with Kim and everything. I've been going back and forth that dude for like 5 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like we haven't tried to help this guy. We've tried to help people like Kim for years, and he constantly shitted on us, so we just started laughing at him. So don't think that most people on this side are like assholes and things like that, because we've tried to help him. Psycho Can is another example. Everyone's tried to help the guy, and he constantly shits on us. So we don't come into this space being mean or rude to everybody initially. I mean, some people do, but I haven't. But once I see that somebody just doesn't get it or go on, that's when we start to kind of laugh and things like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you can laugh and smirk, but I mean, like I said, I've dated models, man. Like I've had it all. Everything that you guys are trying to like get, like, it's nothing to me. So and eventually I came back to a spot where I wanted to have another type of life. But man, like I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You're almost, as a black man, like you're halfway there. Like, your life is starting. It's going to start going down now. I mean, you hit 30, you should have had a wife or something by now if that's what you wanted. That's all I'm saying, man. But that's just thinking my piece, man. Like,
okay, you didn't
you're
say
gonna have to
anything you
man
never
up,
said
man.
before.
It's better that these women respect you rather than they like you. That's all I'm saying.
Let me be okay. Well, okay, I'll let you off. I knew. Okay, you say your piece. I mean, it's anything new, but that's good.
All right, man. You'll be back though.
Oh boy. Okay, have a good night, man. And I'll let Bomb Cherry and Ishnet. I don't know. I really don't recognize that profile. Like B, just like the letter B. You gotta tell me who you are. Oh, hey, how you doing, Bomb Cherry?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was going to take care of your troll for you, but I really
try to do one at a time. I just even
you're right.
People speak their piece.
I apologize. He was funny though, but I just wanted to say that you are doing the right thing. I think a lot of people, like, for those of us, especially like myself, who's older, we kind of understand what you're doing right now. You know, you're growing up. You're grown up, right? You finished school, and now you're about to go into the real world and do real things. So I know a lot of people want you to come back because your content is great, which I agree with. You're funny. I like you. Okay, I like your content. You're very educated and smart. And also the young man who was up before the troll just now, he said some things that is correct as well. Women. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. You did the homework, and most men, they see that women like men, right? If you are a attractive man, and that is relative on the woman, right? Like you are attracted to me, Erin. If I was a young woman and you and not married, and you was single, I'm not sure if you are or not, but I would hit on you. Shit, I'm hitting on you now. I'm playing with you now. But anyway, long story short, go out into the world, my brother. Somebody peeing or taking a bath. Go out into the world and make things happen. You know what I mean? Go out and do your thing. And I wish you well. And yeah, you're educated, brother. So you make everybody look good. You make the black women look good. You make the black men look good. You know what I mean? You just like what is his name? Black excellence. You know what I mean? That looks good
yeah,
for the
one thing about the whole gender war I never really like how anti-black it is, because I'm like, there are other people, other races who listen to this, so good conscience, I can never just bash my own race, especially all the stereotypes that exist out there.
Right. But I'm just saying, because I don't care about color neither, but you do make the race look good. There's other races of people who look at somebody like yourself. You're well spoken, you're educated, and that makes us all look good, So I just want to say, keep up the good work, and do not come back unless you want to come on my channel and give me an interview. No, I'm joking. But don't come back. Go out in the world and live your life for real, for real.
Yeah, there's a lot more to this than just YouTube. A lot more to life than just this.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, thank you for having me up. And hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
All righty. I appreciate it. Okay. And I'll let Buster Free. Wait, Buster Free?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm good. That's good to hear, man. You're leaving this soon?
Yeah, I stood there for a while. I said it's either going to be like the summer or like sometime in like late fall, but certain issues has kind of extended it. So, but now is the perfect time, actually.
I feel that's what's up. That's all good. Yeah, you know what, man? I like your vision. Your shit's funny to me. This shit's funny. One thing I know you're not. What's that? I think you think this gender war stupid, right?
In the grand scheme of things, I think it can be frivolous at times.
Definitely. Well, I think a lot of dudes think you was pro women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of dudes got a problem with you. But in my opinion, man, I laugh at both groups, man. I think there's some good things you could probably find in the Manosphere. They probably got a few crazy folks in there.
Oh, so, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and the women, I mean, I listen to some of these chicks. I don't understand how some of these do listen to, especially swirlers, the vested chicks, man. I think
listened to a few, and that's when I said I never listened to them before, but when I did, I don't know, is it stagnant?
They just as crazy, man. To me, they're crazy as hell. Ain't no way. I don't think nobody talk like this in real life when you go in the streets.
Oh no, not at all. I never heard this outside of YouTube.
Yeah, this shit gotta stay on YouTube, and I hope it stay on YouTube to make me laugh. So I can just laugh at these women, man. I mean, but in my opinion, my favorite video is that Latin milk, man.
Oh, the Latina milk. Yeah, somebody informed me about it, and I thought I was going to post it on my second channel, but I'm like, it's kind of a funny video. I can make something out of it, and I just threw something.
Definitely, that's one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, I think I'm still hated by
that video. That was a joke. I don't know why somebody took that so serious. That was a joke. I don't know if you thought it was a joke. You thought it was a joke, or you thought it was serious?
I just thought it was hilarious, but actually, Brian still stuck by it when he was asked about it again.
He probably, some dudes. I mean, some women, all women, probably got good milk. Who knows? I mean, I don't think it's a black thing or Latina thing, but hey, I mean, if you got good hygienes, you clean. It's all good, man.
Okay. Oh man.
I know who got mad. I know who got mad. Maybe it was like some some dude from Texas, he probably got mad, or one of these black women, they probably got jealous. It's
Yeah,
all
it's
good.
fine.
I thought your shit was funny though, man. Your shit made me laugh.
Yeah, I gotta, I can't. I don't want to be serious all the time. Sometimes I gotta do stuff that just, is comedic in nature.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought you should, talk to some of the guys like, Reg the bad guy, maybe
Wait, talk
hit
to
a
Reg
few.
the bad guy?
Yeah, talk to a few panels. Maybe
Okay,
like
if I can understand
Bernard
what
and
he's saying,
Sidney.
because he kind of mumbles a lot, but okay.
He a cool dude. He a
Mhm.
cool dude. Go to Bernard Riley. Maybe talk to Sidney. Maybe them guys could have understand you better. I mean, shit. I just thought your shit was funny to me. I laugh.
Okay, no problem. Kind of good.
Yeah,
Kind of glad that you got a laugh out of it. Kind of hopefully,
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope that everybody didn't take everything so seriously and
yeah.
got
Definitely,
offended.
definitely. Yeah. So I mean, why you didn't ever do like? So you just did about just the Manosphere, right? Never did nothing about like the verse swirlers and none of that stuff.
Only a few videos. One, so there was like two. That was the last one I was going to make. I was actually going to talk about like both sides and their totality, but
Oh,
so
okay.
the one was about the black YouTube using a lot of white supremacist talking points. That's when I talked about both sides, and of course the why is black YouTube so obsessed with interracial dating. Those are like definitely two where I had it like you just
Yeah.
can't separate the two because I thought it's kind of crazy on both sides in my opinion.
Definitely, man. This shit just on YouTube. I mean, I don't even worry about this shit. When I get off YouTube, everybody's cool. I mean, I don't see black people hating each other like this. This shit just on YouTube, man. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Ain't no gender war outside. Ain't no gender war in the real world. Come on, man. Yeah,
No, I definitely agree. But I appreciate your comments, though. I really do.
yeah. It's all good. I just want to talk to you. But man, have a good day though.
No, you too. No problem.
You all right? All right, bye.
All right. So I'll probably, I'll probably give it a minute or two, then I'll just end this because unless anybody else want to hop on. Like I said, the link is in the I linked it on the top of the live chat. But other than that, I do appreciate all these comments. I didn't really know how much of an influence I had on people. I always assumed I might have had some, but I didn't know, and I always assumed that there were many people watching from the clouds but never comment. That's pretty expected, especially because I know I'm kind of unpopular in the space, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings personally. But yeah, like I said, when I came here, I always try to be principled. I always try to be like persistent. Never want to be like a flip flopper. So I never came on here and said anything I didn't sincerely believe. I'm not really good at that. Oh, there's one person. Okay, I've never talked to you in person, but I see you comment all the time. Chavis, hey, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, bro? Hope all is well with you. I'm trying to cut off this extra thing right here. I'm sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you hear any echoes back here. If you do, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Do you hear any echoes?
No, it's good. It's clear to me.
Good. I just wanted to be sure. I just wanted to tell you thank you for all the content that you did put out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know with me being a Christian, I wouldn't be able to listen to it all, but at the same time, it definitely helped me in my content as far as like being able to preach against the foolishness of the red pill, of the gender war, of the division. Mainly, I got into this section for an example as I'm trying to cover up my favorite stuff. Pardon me for this. This is my new setup for my own platform. But
Okay.
it definitely helped me out as far as like the stuff I was learning about the Manosphere, learning about the gender war in general between men and women. It definitely helped me out as far as like learning the history of it. Also learning just how deep the hatred runs. I'm like, yo, wow, Lord Jesus, there's some work that's got to be done. But don't get me started on some of the content creators. If I start naming names, I guarantee you their fanboys are probably going to come on my page and try to flag everything, even though I'm talking about the Lord Jesus Christ on my channel. But this has definitely helped me out on my own live streams. I've done maybe 2, 3 speaking against the gender war, majority speaking about the Lord, but I definitely want to give my flowers to you now before you just shut completely out of this sector, which I don't blame you because it is toxic. And I gotta show love to you if I'm willing to cam up without my beard because I'm looking like a walking bean at this point. But I love the content that you put out, man.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you, man. That's what
I
I want to tell you.
appreciate your
Giving you
comments
flowers
too.
now. Salute to you, brother Aaron. And if you ever do come back and you want to interview me, I'll jump on. If not, I don't blame you.
Oh, okay, no problem. I appreciate your comments too. I know you always comment on a lot of my videos and posts.
And I'm happy to do what I do. I mean, I'm grateful that you undid your stuff, and trust me, that's the stuff that's made me completely crack up. Like, y'all do need to get out the basement. Y'all do need to get out the basement and see the sunlight somewhere, man. Y'all need help, something.
No, it's fine. I don't know people's personal lives in this space.
Man, and I'm just gonna say it for the record. When you before you leave, get your money, man. I know he ain't gonna pay you, but get your money from Solo. $1,000 is $1,000, man. Come on.
I wasn't expecting that though. It was kind of funny to me.
When he made that bet, I just sat there. I'm like, did you drink something? Did you smoke something before you jumped on here? Because you know good and well they're not gonna let Trump back in, bro. Not right now. No.
Okay. Oh man. But like I said, I appreciate it too. Oh, do.
That is no problem. That's no problem. I mean, again, I know that what you talk about and what I talk about is completely different, but I had to show my love to you. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I still got your right email, by the way. If not,
I do get your email. So yeah, you got it correctly. Mm-hmm.
Good, because you know I'm gonna check on you, make sure you're still on your JO, bro.
I'll be here. I'm in Cleveland for at least next year or two. So I'll be here.
I'm living in LeBron land.
He doesn't play here anymore. So
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but no, I mean it's just
I'm still calling LeBron land.
I think it's a city that it has a lot to offer, but it is declining in population because it has dropped by over 20,000 people from 2010 to 2020. And most people are congregated only in like a few neighborhoods. And, once I live downtown, so it can skew my perception. But once I leave downtown, I do see how run down huge chunks of the city are, just, boarded up homes and sometimes blocks that have only 4 homes on the entire block.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, it's a city that has a lot of history, it has a lot of culture. It has a lot of great restaurants here too. That's kind of amazing, I'll be honest.
I've heard I may swing by there one day. I mean, I live in St. Louis now. I'm from Spring Hill, Louisiana. St. Louis is definitely declining. I lived in Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan is definitely declining. But
I've been to St. Louis.
Wherever you can find peace and joy at, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you can find your peace. I mean, me being a Southern man, I'm starting to get homesick. I'm starting to miss the boot. But hey, wherever you can find your peace, wherever you can find your slot, do that. As long as you don't go to jail or hell for it.
Okay. Okay.
But let me get on. I'm still eating my food. I gotta go into the room, kiss my wife, make sure she's good. But I wanted to show my love to you, man. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. I appreciate it, though. Sincerely do.
That is no problem. Hopefully I'll go live tomorrow, if not next week, and with a beard this time. Love you, man. God bless.
All righty. I was gonna say, all right. I was gonna say, thanks for the €9.99 from Isabella, who says, "I will sure miss your content, and I'll let you on Chaotic Truth Live." I did see some other comments that I kind of wanted to get to, but I don't know what happened. Oh, somebody actually did have a social media. I don't know if you're talking about this channel, yes, they're in the description, or you can just go to the page. If you're talking about personally, yes, my Twitter is public. I have Instagram and Facebook, but both of those are private. But you can probably be on Twitter and see all the boring news articles that I retweet. I mostly follow academics and journalists, so you're not going to see all that much interesting stuff in there. And hello, Chaotic Truth Live. I've seen you before, but I not on this channel, but I've seen you on other channels.
Yeah, I'm pretty out there in the YouTube street. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Just I'm on this live stream longer than I normally am. But I kind of planned that, especially because I do have downtime.
Jerome Whiteside says, dude looks like a California raisin. That's funny. Pat says the Midwest is a sinkhole. The cost of living is cheap, but not a lot of job opportunities.
It depends where you're at.
I am from the Midwest, and the Midwest is a sinkhole unless you live in Chicago. Chicago has a great economy there, but
Minneapolis too.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But sir, how are you today, man? You said this is your last stream.
Yep.
Why is that, by the way? I just happened to see your live stream. I wanted to cam up.
You see the beginning. Like I said, in a nutshell, just busy. I moved to a new city, started a new job, and have other goals that I'm pursuing.
Yeah. Okay. Isabella, how do you know that I'm from Cleveland? How did you know that?
Oh, I don't. You're
Isabella,
from Cleveland?
how did you know that? Isabella, do you know me? Are you?
I don't know.
How does she know that? Okay, that's kind of odd. That's kind of scary, actually. Yeah. So you said this is your live. This is your last one because you are.
Doing new things, pursuing new endeavors, and I've been here for like over 3 years. I got kind of exhausted.
Oh, okay. Where are you at now?
Where I live, Cleveland, Ohio. I just moved here.
Oh, you're from Cleveland?
No. I moved to Cleveland a week ago.
Oh, so you're staying here?
Yeah, I'm here for at least a year or two.
I'm in Cleveland.
I moved from Indiana, but I'm not from the Midwest. I'm from the Northeast originally, Pennsylvania. And I lived down south for a bit in Florida and South Carolina.
Yeah. Isabella, yes, I was a teacher. And Expose, yes. Is it Expose or Expose?
Expose?
Yes, sir. I'm in Cleveland right now, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, both in the same city. Okay.
Yeah. Cleveland Heights.
Oh, I was there about the weekend. Yeah, I was there on Saturday.
Did you happen to visit Coventry?
No, I was on Lee. Cedar Theater. Yeah.
So Cedar Lee Theater is a nice theater. A lot of indie films are filmed there. They do have some big budget films there, but it's a lot of indie, nice cozy theater. Did you happen to go to any of the restaurants in that area?
Yeah, I went to some terrible barbecue place. I wanted to do the Ethiopian restaurant, but they were only doing takeout.
Yeah, the Ethiopian restaurant is really good. I like that. So I haven't been there in years, but when I went there, it was really good. Yeah, you're talking about right on Lee. Yeah, right across. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right by the. I want to say the CVS. Yeah.
Okay, but just kind of curious. I don't think we never talked, so I'm just kind of curious what you have to ask.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just curious what do you have to ask or what you want to say, because I don't think we ever communicated before.
Oh, I just cammed up, man. I like coming to open panels. I like introducing myself. I like just chopping it up, man. I have my own channel. Vanita says, "Oh my God, what does this guy want? Just to fellowship and talk. Nothing wrong with that." So so do you have any expected date of return, or that's it for you?
No, this is it for me.
Okay, that's it, huh? Okay. Now, what about
so even though if you look at my YouTube channel, it might seem like I haven't been here long, but like I started writing about the group in December 2018. I didn't really come onto YouTube until what was that? March? May. It was May 2020. So really during the pandemic when I had a lot more time on my hand, but then I started gradually not being as active as things started opening back up. But stuck in the house, it was that's when I was really full throttle.
Okay. So let me ask you this, if you don't mind me asking. What is the price point for your channel? I might be interested.
This one, I don't plan to sell it. I plan to keep it as an archive. That was the original goal.
Yeah, you do have a lot of what do they call it? You do have a what do they call
content?
It? Content, but they give it a specific name in music.
I'm blanking.
Yeah, but you have okay. So how many hours of content do you think you have?
How many hours? I don't. Well, if it's 100 and the average is 10 minutes, kind of short. That's or like 1,000. 1,000 hours.
Yeah. Okay. And you moved to, I'm sorry, and you said you moved to Cleveland for what? I'm sorry.
A job.
Oh, a job. Okay. Okay. Let's Troll says this dude is goofy. Yeah, I like being positive. I like clowning around if need be. I don't go through life like the angry black Negro. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. If a white guy was up here just as jovial, you guys would love it. You wouldn't call a white guy goofy. You're calling me goofy because you don't. Let me ask you a question. You ever notice that black men don't smile on their driver's license?
I don't think anybody smiles on a driver's license.
I do.
Oh, okay. I don't know anybody who does that.
Yeah, from ear to ear, I smile. Yeah. Isabella, yes, I am Nigerian. Yes, I am Yoruba. Yeah. You shouldn't go, man. But hey, if you feel like you have to, then I think that's the best thing that you can possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I don't see anybody else join us. I'll probably end this stream because I am getting kind of tired.
Yeah.
Looking at a monitor for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, man. If you ever are at work and you ever want to, listen to any of my streams, please feel free to do so, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Martin says you are a bit of a weirdo. Just saying, Martin, you're possibly right, man. Possibly right. Ozell says Chaotic Truth Live. What's your email address? It is the Chaotic Truth Live. Excuse me. What is my email? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. My email is the Chaotic Truth Podcast at gmail.com. And guys, I want everybody that is listening right now, everybody Cash App Expose $25, $30 on his farewell bid out of here. That's good. Yeah, but guys, thank you guys for clowning me in the chat like people normally do in the chat. And Expose, have a good one, sir.
Oh, you too. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I wasn't plugging myself, Vanitas. I never said I wasn't plugging myself. So I don't know where you got that from. Yeah. So have a good one, my peace.
All righty. Okay, so yeah, I'll just probably end the stream now. So as I said before, I sincerely appreciate all the support. And yeah, it's a little hard to go because I really thoroughly enjoy making videos. I enjoy making videos more than watching the content. It's the latter that really just I just can't do anymore. So, but other than that, I appreciate everybody who stopped by, and also I appreciate everybody who will watch this much later. I see somebody saying no. Yeah, all good things must come to an end. It's kind of what Jerry Seinfeld said when he ended the show Seinfeld. The show I never watched, but it was just so popular it's hard not to know about. And yes, yeah. Oh yeah. I know a lot of people will. But again, I say anybody else can hopefully make similar content, but I don't know. So other than that, I'll just say have a good night, everybody, and see you then. Goodbye.